And folks, welcome to the Eastbound eSports series. It's Thursday night, December 10th. Welcome to the holiday edition for the Hickman Automotive Group 100 here tonight. Twin 50 is going to be posted on board. It is the Hanlon Realty U.S. Legends, and 19 drivers from Newfoundland, Eastbound Park, and affiliates are going to be vying for the big win tonight. Some of the big drivers here, race win number one. Nick Codner is sitting on the pole right now in the heat races. Top qualifying time of a 14:88. Jason Goss is in the server tonight. Bob Hutchins, Owen Gross, Michael Neary, Noah Healy, Jacob Lawrence, Matt James, Phil Fowler, Brandon Hiscock, Channel Puddle, Ryan Walsh, Andrew James, Nathaniel Wall, Robbie Cable, Justin Ryan, Rod St. George, Corey Reed, and Morgan Oates. I'm joined here by Showtime, Paul Strickland, calling from Connecticut. We're at Lanier National Speedway in Brazelton, USA. Paul, how are you doing tonight?
Doing great, Mike. Great to be here, getting down with the double-double. We got Eastbound eSports right here, kicking off, just about getting ready to wrap up, warm up. As a matter of fact, there's the checkered flag. Wrapping that session up, getting ready to do some heat racing here tonight. And then after the checkered flag, the big show here, heading on down to the NEPS League, the New England, Pennsylvania iRacing Group, to do a little bit of racing action there for the O'Quinn Trailers 75. Looks like we got the first of three heat races lining up there on the front stretch, Mike.
Everybody going to make this show, but we're going to post them up here in some heat race qualifiers. Going to throw a couple of laps on the board. Sitting on the pole for heat race number one is the 41 from Torbay, Jason Goss. His partner on the outside is the 59, Andrew, a.k.a. Tippy James. And on the outside or inside of row number two, Nathaniel Wall in the 24. He's got Brandon Hiscock on the outside in the 41. On the inside of row number three, Owen Groves in the 9. He's got Bobby Hutchins from Central Newfoundland in the 77 machine. And completing the field, the 51 car of Matt James. Now, Paul, you've seen a little taste of some of these eastbound drivers in week number one. Nick Codner taking a huge win. We've seen some of these guys peppered into the TCM special events. I'm pretty excited about what we're going to see tonight now, finally getting into the Legends series.
Yeah, a lot of really fast drivers in this field here, Mike, and it's pretty exciting to see. We've seen this is week number 2 here for Eastbound, so very excited to have you guys back. Everybody from Newfoundland coming down here to race here on Vidane TV, and we thank everybody for tuning in as well. A lot of fast drivers here, a lot of cool-looking little Legends cars. It's going to be really entertaining to watch, as we did just get an update with iRacing yesterday. So these cars do handle just a little bit different in the track temperature. Speaking with race official Tim Terry, green flag out in the air. We're in the upper 90s here for track temp, so it's definitely going to be a little bit squirrely here. So we've already got contact for the second position, the 24 car, down low on the inside of the number 59.
Nathaniel Wall tapping off Tippy James, and Tippy up to the top of the wall. We got crossovers. And I believe that's the 41 of
Brandon Hiscock pointing the wrong direction.
Going the wrong direction. We are still green flag. Jason Goss out front in the 41 machine. Got a huge launch on that start of the race. Nathaniel Wall giving chase in the Pink Bandit. But look at this. Tippy James coming around. Almost gets collected here, but we are still green flag. We told the drivers earlier on, if it's a single incident, they can get it going. We will stay green to keep the show going here. 3 laps completed, Paul, and the 41 is on a mission, and that's a familiar name for you, as that guy posted up the hard charger last night in the TCM League at Oxford Plains. He finished with a top 10, starting at the back of the pack.
Yeah, did a really great job racing his way in last night and really showed that he's the one taking these guys to school here tonight. As you can see, he's got just about an entire straightaway lead there on Nathaniel Wall in that pretty pink number 24 car. That's a My Little Pony race car, and that's a pretty exciting paint scheme right there. I'm digging that.
Well, we're used to seeing Nathaniel Wall at Eastbound with the DuPont colors, the Jeff Gordon colors, and that's the way he throws down into Super Late Series that we run here in iRacing. But tonight he's thrown the My Little Pony look. And our third spot is Bob Hutchins, veteran driver from all the way back to the dirt days, and also one of the founders of Thunder Valley Speedway. He was a track owner out in central Newfoundland, giving back a lot over the years to motorsports here in Newfoundland and Labrador, running in the P3 in the 77 machine.
Bob doing a great job starting to close in on that number 24 machine on Nathaniel Wall. Seemed like these guys needed a couple laps to really get the tires heated up and make sure they can get some grip, but you can see the 77 doing a great job trying to close in on the back bumper of that My Little Pony car, and you can see he's doing so right now. It looks like he might have enough time to get there, may not have enough time to get around him as we're coming to 2 laps to go.
White Silk will be coming out. Final lap for Jason Goss, and the run right now, the 77, Bob Hutchins, trying to get up to the back bumper, but I think he'll run out of time here. And Brandon Hiscock off the groove here. Hutchins looking to the top side, not going to make it just in time, and it's going to be Nathaniel Wall for your P2. So pressure positions, Paul, for the main event. We're going to be running twin 50s, and also Tim has been talking about we will be doing an invert on race number 2.
Big fight field here, doing the double 50s, pretty exciting. First time we've done that in quite some time here on Verdane TV. Getting them lined up right now for heat race number 2. And out front, no stranger here in Verdane TV, Phil Fowler in the number 11 car is going to be starting on the pole. And a very exciting last chance qualifying effort for the number 5 of Chantel Potto. She's going to be starting on the outside, row number 1.
On the inside of row number 2, the 19 car, Ryan Walsh, he'll have 3-time champion, the 27, Corey Reed on the outside.
And behind them, scratch on the field, Michael Neary and Nick Codner are going to be taking up the last row, 5th and 6th position. 6 cars here in this second heat race, Mike.
A couple fast cars at the rear. Nick Codner, one of the quickest cars.
Oh, contact already.
Canada. Contact under yellow. I'm sure there's some words being exchanged over the mics in the background, but we will see what happens here once the pace car gets out of the way. And lights are out. We're going to go green. It's going to be Phil Fowler with the hammer with the 11 car. Chantel Pottle on the outside. We are getting set here. Pottle all the way up on the high side. It's going to be Phil Fowler who will get that opportunity to throw here. But they're going to tighten up here and send him around one more time. Here we go. Coming around 3 and 4. It's going to be Fowler with the hammer. And we're off to a green start. Very quick. Chantel Pottle coming up a little bit slow there on the restart, but she's gaining momentum on the outside. Ryan Walsh making a move now all the way to the bottom, and could be a new leader as Walsh drops to the bottom.
Walsh drops down low, gets around the Batmobile there of Nick Fowler, new leader. Give it to the number 19 car, and you can see Chantel doing a great job trying to hold on to the outside line. Seems like there's a little bit more grip up there. You don't really have to upset the car too much and make it loose, and she's doing a great job holding on to that upper line. Holding on to third position right now, but under attack from the number 23 of Michael Neary.
Well, Michael Neary and in the Batman machine, and the 54 Nick Codner are going toe-to-toe, but look at this. It's going to be a challenge from the bottom here from the 54. Codner on the move. It's going to be wild here as we count him down. Michael Neary's out there in the 23 machine. He is not in the Batman machine. That is Corey Reed in the Batman machine. Getting confused there. No numbers. All we got is Batman symbols.
This is exactly what the 19 car of Ryan Walsh wanted to see. He has checked out on the field. Looks like he's got just about a full second lead over Michael Neary in the number 23. And you can see right now Nick Codner under fire. Gets underneath Michael Neary in the 23 machine. Move him up to P number 2 as this little group here, it seems like they're starting to finally close in just a little bit on Ryan Walsh. But as soon as they get up close to him, Mike, they kind of back up just a little bit because they're battling each other for position.
Well, Codner and Michael Neary had to come up from the back of the field through a little bit of traffic. Now getting some clean air. Both teammates at the Eastbound Park. Also in some of the TCM events, you'll see Michael Neary as a spotter for Nick Codner. So 2 of them teammates here tonight. We'll see what they have. This is the first time we have Michael Neary in the Eastbound eSports Series. Just came out of the pilot school, wanted to get in and race week number 2. So here he is in position number 3 as Codner tries to close that gap on Ryan Walsh. 3 laps to go here in heat race number 2. Not a lot of time, and Codner's going to have to hammer down. Looks like he is the quicker car by 4/100ths of a second. So very promising for the main event, looking at the lap times that Codner's putting up.
Really good opportunity for these drivers to kind of test out the setup just a little bit, feel everything out. Everybody's running a fixed setup here, and everybody's got essentially the same race car underneath them as we've got Ryan Walsh coming to the checkered flag. You can see Codner definitely closed in just a little bit, but not enough time to get it done. He was able to close up to about a half a second there. So great win there for Ryan Walsh, Nick Conner second, Michael Neary third, Phil Fowler, Chantel Pottle, and Corey Reed rounding out the top 6 here. Like I was saying, Mike, it really gives these drivers an opportunity to kind of feel out the setup and know exactly what it's going to do, at least for a couple of laps in the feature event here tonight.
Little foreshadowing, Ryan Walsh, Nick Codner were the only ones to break the 15-second lap time here. And on that last lap, Ryan Walsh, with that little bit of pressure, broke it to a 14:91. So we'll see what happens in the main event. But we are getting set for heat race number 3. Justin Ryan sitting on the pole, the 68 forever, and his partner in crime on the outside, the young Bando driver, 05 Jacob Lawrence.
Starting in 3, matching his car number, the 03, Robbie Cable, and outside of him, Noah Healy in the number 84.
And one of the old dogs from back in the day, in the 5th position, the 1 car, Rod St. George, and his partner in crime on the outside, the 53 of Morgan Oates, one of the Handlin Realty U.S. Legend drivers from Eastbound, starting all the way to the back. So new setup for him this week, so we'll see what Morgan Oates has for us. I know he had some challenging times at Oxford Plains in week number 1, but great to see that 68 machine alive out in front here, Paul. Very popular number here in the history of motorsports in Newfoundland.
Absolutely. Green flag is in the air in the 68. That green car gets a really good jump. He holds on to that yellow line down there, holding on to the lead. The 68, Justin Ryan doing a great job holding off the 05 of Jacob Lawrence. Robbie Cable right behind him in the 84 as well, single file.
This is what's cool about esports. We have a late model sportsman driver out in front.
Oh, contact up front.
But contact is made as Jacob Lawrence looked to the bottom. I don't think the 68 seen him there and tried to drop to the bottom as well. But what I was saying there, Paul, you got late model drivers, and then you got Bando drivers, the next future superstars of the sport, coming on fast to the back. You know, it is the video game generation. So we're going to see a replay here from our good friends at Kick-Ass Beef Jerky. Paul, let's take us through.
Yeah, taking a look, the leaders right here side by side, and it's almost a simultaneous spin. These guys spin exactly the same all the way around, and the caution comes out. Just hard racing. A couple of guys looking for the same lane, and unfortunately, in physics, with both real life and simulation, you can't have 2 objects in the very same spot at the very same time.
What's wild in real life, we've seen a few incidents at Eastbound and our 3/8 mile. Wheel on wheel can sometimes be quite dangerous with these U.S. legends, and you know, not too crazy there in the simulator at that point. A little bit of a scrub on the sidewall, but sometimes when you get that wheel on wheel, man, these cars fly like Deuce Hazard.
Yeah, you get a lot of that, especially at Stafford Speedway, my home track in Stafford Springs, Connecticut, the home of the SK Modifieds. They've got the roll cage on the outside of the car, so a lot of time it's like an open wheel car almost. So you get the wheel on wheel action there, and those guys are all over the place.
We're going to get a restart here. We'll probably get about 4 laps here as the lights are still on the pace car. Your new leader will be Noah Heath. For huge, promising superstar coming out of Eastbound Bandolero Series. Had a great year this year. We're looking forward to seeing what he has for us in 2021. But Noah Healy doing a fabulous job now. Going to get the hammer here. But his partner on the outside is going to be Robbie Cable. Lights are out, Paul. We are going to go green as they try to come together. But 84 is going to get a huge launch as Robbie Cable slides back there and opens the door for Rod St. George.
Rod St. George underneath the, sounded like we had somebody pointed in the wrong direction. And we do. The 68 car pointed in the wrong direction as well as the 53 almost backed into each other. 53 hits the wall up there. And here come the leaders. Still green at this point. Race official's going to let her ride. So you can see everybody gets it pointed in the right direction. Still got Noah Healy up front. There you see the 53 car of Morgan Oates coming down pit road. Going to call this one, basically get that car down to pit road. Get ready for the feature here, the Hickman Auto Group 100.
Everybody going to make this show tonight. Not a lot of pressure on the drivers, but again, like we talked about earlier, you're going to want to be at the front of the pack. One of the biggest fields of simulator from the iRacing series from Eastbound. 19 drivers. That is the biggest field from Newfoundland and Labrador, and it's going to be an exciting night here as we get into the Hickman Automotive Group 100 Twin 50s, but White Silk's out. Final lap, it's going to be Noah Healy in the 84 machine coming around through checkers, followed by the 1 car of Rod St. George and the 03 of Robbie Cable, your top 3. following with Jacob Lawrence, Justin Ryan, and Morgan Oates to complete the top 6.
A little bit more of the same from the last heat race we saw there. Took a couple laps for these guys to get and gals to get the tires warmed up and get those Legends cars sticking to the pavement there. But once we got the tires warmed up, the pressure's built up and all that good stuff, we had some great racing. So really looking forward to the feature here as we're getting ready to line them up right now. Jason Goss up front. Ryan Walsh going to be on the outside of him in that number 19 ride.
Yeah, on the inside of row number 2, one of the race winners from the heat race, the 84 machine of Noah Healy. Pony on the outside, the 24 machine of Daniel Wall.
Familiar name starting in 5th, the number 54 of Nick Codner. Outside of him, Rod St. George in the number 1.
And one of the legends from Central Newfoundland in the 77 machine, Bob Hutchings. And then next up, 3-time U.S. Legends presented by Hanlon Realty, the 23 machine of Michael Neary.
Robbie Cable in the 03 machine is going to start off 9th, and outside of him, Matt James in number 51.
And in row number 6 on the inside from Forteau, Labrador, the machine of Phil Fowler. And on his outside, the 05, Jacob Lawrence.
Owen Groves holds on to that 13 position. Lucky number 13 outside of him. It's going to be Chantel Pottle in the number 5.
Coming up position number 15 to 68 forever, Justin Ryan. And look at that on the outside, the 41 machine of Brandon Hiskell.
And rounding out the 19-car field here this evening at Lanier Speedway, Corey Reed in the 27, Morgan Oates in the 53, and Andrew James in the number 59.
So that's one name you don't really know is the 59 forever as well. But Andrew James' nickname is Tippy, and it's recently called him Tippy. So we'll see what they all have for us. The pace car is out of the way. 41 machine of Jason Goss will get the hammer. We are going to go green flag for the first 50 laps for the Hickman Automotive Group 100. A big shout out to them for helping us out in 2020. Rough year for the COVID-19, but we are back in action. Green flag, Jason Goss jumps out with a huge jump. And look at that, lots of side-by-side action. Almost 3 wide coming out of turn 1, Paul.
Like a hornet's nest behind them with everybody going around sideways one way or the other, and they sound just like a whole bunch of bees coming after that first position. Jason Goss doing a great job. He's got a great jump, about 5 or 6 car lengths over Noah Healy, but you can already see the cream. Ooh, yeah, it's rising to the top. Noah Healy's running second, Nick Codner third, Ryan Walsh fourth, and Bob Hutchings currently running in that 5th position, Mike.
Well, 41 coming up on some lap traffic. Must have been some tangly situation at the back. We're looking at the 27 of Corey Reed, which is really unfortunate. Strong contender here tonight, but something must have happened on the start. He is way off the pace, and he's going to go down a lap as Jason Goss drops to the bottom. But we got Chantel Pottle into the wall. The 5-car Chantel Pottle from Conception Bay now north is going to draw the caution here on lap number 4.
Good looking race car. I'm digging the chrome effect on that red on the number 5 car. I'm really enjoying that. But we're going to pull up the first kick-ass beef jerky replay here of the feature. Well, the first feature, Twin 50s here tonight. And we're going to see exactly what went down here for the number 5 machine. Pulling it up now. We're going to hit the play button like we do. And you can see, looks like she's down on the apron, hits the back bumper of the number 9 car. It gets both of those cars spun around. Not a huge hit for either of those race cars. But definitely not ideal situations there. It looks like both drivers are still going to stay on the lead lap, so that's definitely good news at this one little third of a mile short track. So really got to get the car going once you get spun around, and once you get that going, if there's no damage, keep her on rocking.
Well, Paul, just like the NASCAR Cup Series, we do have a quick fix for these drivers in each of the Twin 50s. A lot of drivers new to the sport, so we allow them to have the quick fix here in the features. So anyone in a caution has that mulligan in the back pocket that can get down pit road and do a quick fix and try to stay on the lead lap. Lights are out on that pace car. We are going to go back green. One machine of Jason Goss going to have Noah Healy on the outside this time. But keep an eye on Nick Codner, Ryan Walsh in row number 2. Codner on the bottom here, and he's going to get a great jump now looking to the inside. It could be Codner challenging 41 of Jason Goss here. And nice and clean, Paul, as we get through this lap after that caution.
Drivers lining it up single file. They know that they got a little bit of time to... Oh, looks like we got some wrecking going on big time. Looks like everybody's involved. Oh, there's somebody's up there in the stank water, it looks like.
Rod St. George getting collected up there in turn 4. I don't know what the cause is, but we're going to bring in our friends from Kick-Ass Beef Jerky. Get a replay on this, Paul, but a lot of collection. There are probably 4 or 5 cars with some damage here.
For sure. We're backing up the replay right now, and it looks like the 03 and the 1 car get together and start this this little tangly calamity here, heading into turn number 3. There you see it, the 1 car.
On his own.
Yeah, wibbled and wobbled, and then he fell down. There you see the flag man giving it an all.
Kind of took himself out there. Kind of got a little bit loose. We got a bit of a far distance look at it here, but looked like St. George just got a little bit of loose on his own, and then just carried in, swiped up, swipe left, swipe right, whatever you want to call it.
Swiped one way, then the other, and it looks like, well, we're back under
Tinder.
caution.
It's not Tinder.
Nope, absolutely right on that. Definitely not Tinder.
Or whatever the other one's called. Grinder. Jason Goss will get the restart again. Some familiar faces on the front couple of rows here. Nick Codner and Jason Goss going to get it going again. Now Nick Codner taking that place for P2 now, and Noah Healy shifting to the back. Pace car is off. We're going to go back to green flag as the 41 carries them around here. Oh, where's the pace car? Just took out the 41. Did you just see that, Paul, or was that me?
No, we that definitely happened. It looks like we may have had the race officials extend the caution, and the one of the pace car drivers apparently drunk.
The pace car T-boned the leader.
All right, well, he's going to try it one more time. There's the green flag. All right, let's get after it now.
We like it rough in Newfoundland.
Another great start for the number 41. Goss is about a 3-car length lead over Nick Codner, but Nick Codner right in the tire tracks of that number 41 machine.
Hutchins and Walsh going side by side for P4. Hutchins with the advantage to the bottom. Walsh trying out the top line here, or mid side. As look at this, the 77 kind of pitches Walsh up to the top of the wall. Michael Leary getting a full view of it as the 23 now looks to the bottom on Ryan Walsh. Big battle here for P4 as the veteran Hutchins tries to hold him off and gets a little leg room. And we're going to see another caution. 68 getting collected there in turn number 4.
Well, the good news is the 68 was pointed in the right direction after the fact. Take a look with the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky instant replay. Find out why he was faced the wrong direction. You see he's following behind the Batmobile here, right in front of the number 51 car, and just kind of shoots down a little bit too low, or a little bit too hot, and gets collected by the foul of the machine. Oh, big hit for the number 24. That's a tough break. Nowhere to go. But grabs the gear, gets a point in the right direction. He's going to head back up towards the back of the field. Going to be restarting in the 16th position.
The great thing about the simulator is that you don't get the $3,000 or $4,000 worth of damage, and these guys can go have a beer and laugh about it. But this is quite serious. These guys take this pretty serious. A lot of practice. We ran a practice race on Tuesday night. A lot of the guys have been putting up practices throughout the week. So during the off season, this is going to be a benefit for these drivers as we get into the 2021 season here at Eastbound International Speedway. But looks like Goss may take the top side here. He's going to let Codner to the bottom. Not quite sure if he's going to do that or not. But pace car still out here, Paul, as we get a wave around here. Phil Fowler is going to come around. Or Rod St. George will get the lucky dog. My apologies. Rod St. George will come around the pace car. He will get that lap back. I got a couple of cars, Paul, on down a lap. Brandon Hiscock, Phil Fowler. Phil Fowler is still on pit road. And we're seeing right now Justin Ryan down on pit road. Probably getting that quick free fix here with 30 laps to go.
All 19 drivers have started the first of 250s here. Still running in this race. Couple of cars a lap down. Justin Ryan, Brandon Hiscock, Phil Fowler, as you made mention. Want to take this opportunity to thank everybody that's watching on Bedane TV on the Eastbound page and on the Tim's Quarter page as well. Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all that good stuff. Give us a like and share and let your friends know that you're watching some awesome heads-up racing action here. We got Chris in the Facebook chat. Let's go, Pottles. Bring it on home. We love seeing that kind of stuff. So let us know where you're watching from and who you're rooting for and who's going to win this race, and we'll try and give you a shout-out as the night goes on.
Have a few wobbly drops. Pace car is off. Jason Goss gets the hammer, and look at that. Nick Codner tries to half car him and looks to the bottom, but Goss closes the door. Little side-by-side action as Bob Hutchins now makes a challenge for P3. He's on the outside of the 84 machine of Noah Healy.
That 77 Cat car looking strong. We see him slowly working his way up towards the front of the pack. Been running in the top 5 all race so far here, Mike. Doing a great job on the outside right now. Last green flag run we had, we saw him get around the 19 on the inside. So it looks like that car's handling really well all over the racetrack.
Well, last night myself and you were at Oxford Plains. We had a really slippery, slicky, wicky track. What we're seeing right now, quite a few of the drivers are testing the waters on the high side and looking for a little bit of extra grip here. So a couple different lines are coming into effect here. But the 77's got a big challenge now as the 84 and the 19 of Ryan Walsh as well as Michael Neary are coming in like murder hornets.
Going to get a little bit of breathing room. Looks like we're going to caution one more time. Just kind of jumping through the field. Not really seeing why it is. We're pointed in the wrong direction. We'll see if we can pull up the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky instant replay and find out what went down there. But
someone was looking for a double-double. Corey Reed.
Yeah, Batman was looking for the bat symbol.
Batman
something.
Was looking for Robin.
Did not find him. As you can see right here, he's on the inside of the number 5 of Chantel and gets up, just kind of turns up just a little bit. I think 2 drivers looking for the same piece of real estate, but that's going to point him in the wrong direction. And as he comes back around, he's actually retired from the race now, is that number 11 of Phil Fowler. So chalk that up, 1 down. There's still 18 drivers left in this field. 16 drivers. Check that. It's going to be 17. Brandon Hiscock's going to get the free pass. He's going to be the last car on that lead lap.
Yeah, Justin Ryan coming down 4 laps now with that quick fix. Spent a little bit of extra times down the pit. Put him down quite a few laps here. This is a 3/8 mile, very similar to Eastbound. Not quite the same setup with the uphill 1-2, downhill 3-4 with the 18-degree bank, but very close. And that was one of the reasons for the selection for Lanier here in Georgia, USA. Quite the nice track here. Full crowd here, Paul, in the virtual world. Not something that we're used to in 2020 as we were very limited to the capacity at Eastbound. But you got a few races in Connecticut at Stafford, I believe.
Yeah, we opened the stands up and the pit area up to 25% capacity, and it was definitely a very full 25%. So very excited to see that. And we got pretty much got most of the season in. We missed a couple of races due to rain, which always happens. And I myself, I didn't get into any of the cars this year, but I know I've got 2 races next year in one of the runner raced cars, street stock. So I'm looking forward to that. I've done it 3 times. I got a top 10 once. Really looking forward to getting back inside of a street stock for 2021.
What would be interesting if they put me and Tim in a hobby stock and announced the race. We are going to go back to green flag action here on lap number 30. 20 to go here, Paul, as Jason Goss in the 41 have been dominant all throughout the first 30 laps here. The 41 of Goss is sponsored by DC Auto, way out front from Torbay. He's a firefighter by trade. I haven't got to see a lot of them at Eastbound over the last couple of years, but it's something that we're hoping to see in 2021. Goss being a huge dominant player here in esports right across Atlantic Canada and the U.S. Well, we have Tippy James around. He's going to draw the caution, Paul.
Yeah, pointed in the wrong direction, gathered it back up, did the number 59 car, another Kick-Ass Beef Jerky instant replay, find out why he was looking that way. We don't know what's going on over there, but we can see rewinding the tapes. Looks like he actually just hit the apron and kind of lost control of that race car. And you can see right here, shoots on down low to that dashed yellow line on the apron. Just hooks it right around.
Oh, that's a no-no below the yellow line, but we'll go. Tippy James, a little backstory here, Paul. We were racing hobby stocks at Eastbound, and Tippy was out in the 59 machine, and we share a drag strip with our front stretch parallel to it, and Somehow he ended up out in the drag strip, and that the return road comes out in turn 2. The caution was not thrown, and the next thing I knew, I was calling, and Tippy was coming out of turn 2. He actually went around the drag strip and out the return road and re-entered the surface. So I don't know if that's legal or not, but we let it go that night. But one of the fan favorites at Eastbound. Great to see him here in the simulator world, the 59 machine of Andrew Tippy James. Have you ever done that, Paul?
Once or twice.
Well, 35 laps completed here now as we're counting cautions. So as they come around, we'll see 14 to go here. Lights are still on that pace car. Hopefully they'll come out here now as the directors are lining them back up. That front row's been pretty consistent for the last little bit here. Nick Codner on the outside of the 54 machine. Lights are out on that pace car. The 41 will get the restart here, but the rest of the field way back. So they are going to throw the lights back on the pace car as directors not happy with how tight the lineup is here. Now everybody's coming up through. Lights are out. They're going to go green. Or it's Goss gets it going here, Paul. This could be an exciting final 13 laps.
For sure. Nick Codner doing a great job trying to hold on to the second position. Jason Goss just able to get him on the starts and the restarts here. So we'll see what happens. There we go again. Another solid restart from Jason Goss, getting after it as quickly as he can. And don't look now, that number 77 cat car of Bob Hutchings doing a great job getting single file. That's going to give him more of an opportunity to look out front rather than trying to drive with the mirror.
Walsh was looking for the high side, and it kind of stuck for him. But now the 23 coming on hard. Bottom, huge battle for P4 as Michael Neary drops to the bottom, and here comes Noah Healy. He wants to play ball. We could see 3 wide here as these 3 battle for the position. Number 4, Walsh not giving up, stays to the outside. Noah kind of looks to the inside, kind of not sure which side he wants to take here, but Michael Neary doing a wonderful job. Those 2 hard chargers back.
Turn this triple threat street fight into a fatal 4-way because here comes the number 51 of Matt Janes going to join the fun here. There you see the number 53 car off the pace just a bit. That's Morgan Oates, gets out of the way. No problem, no harm, no foul. 51 side by side. So hits the apron just a little bit, washes up the track into the number 19 car. But again, and there comes the 24 car as well. So a lot of drivers starting to really get some heat in the tires. They know they've only got 8 laps to go here in the first of 50. The first 2 of 50.
Our leaders just 6/100ths of a second go toe-to-toe. Connor and Jason Goss for the last couple of laps as we followed back to the P4 position. But Connor, your new leader. But look at this, Jason Goss crosses over. This is going to be Tangley. Hutchings now on the backside having a peek here, hoping for them to have contact here. This is going to be a wild 7 laps as Connor, your new leader, is going to get some of that clean air and try to check out. But Goss and Hutchings on the hammer now to make this interesting in the final 5 laps.
Clean air, exactly what the doctor ordered here in these pandemic times, and Nick Codner's got a whole bunch of it. He's got a mirror full of the number 41 of Jason Goss, but Bob Hutchins right behind him in that 77 cat car, trying to move into that second position. Right now, just in the tire tracks off the P2 car, trying to get around him one way or another. There you see the 41 car really utilizing that yellow line in the apron to get that car turned in the corners, Mike.
It looks like the 41 looking for a little bit of extra grip, kind of trying to figure out what Codner's doing right now because they're both in the fixed setup here. Both cars are very equal, so a lot of input now coming back to the 41 machine. These 2 drivers are both part of the DC Auto team out of Torbay, so not a big grudge between the 2 drivers, but I'm sure the 41 Goss would like to see the checkers, but White Silk, it's got to be out. I believe, nope, that's, my screen's a little bit distorted here. Is that 3 laps to go?
3 laps to go. Coming to the popsicle sticks this time by Nick Codner. Going to hold on to the lead. Coming up on some lap traffic, but I don't think we'll have time to get there. Jason Goss trying to hold on to that second position with the 77 cat car. Definitely a hard charger here for tonight for the Bob Hutchings machine. Coming to the white flag, white rag this time by Mike. Bring us home.
Raggedy White Silk in the sky for Nick Codner. Goss trying to throw it in there, but it's not going to be enough as the real estate from the Hamlin Realty US It's going to be Nick Codner coming home for the big win. That's going to be back-to-back wins for the 54 machine from Torbay, Newfoundland and Labrador. Nick Codner dominating the Eastbound eSports. The runner-up, the 41 machine, Jason Goss, led most of the event, 3 or 4/5 of this event. But hats off to the final podium finish, the 77 machine of Bob Hutchings coming in for a top 3. No messing around. They are already inverting the field, Paul. Looks like the inversion. Where is Nick Codner going to land here?
7th.
Codner, they are going to invert the top 6. Codner, or top 7. So we're going to invert 7. Codner will finish now on the P7 for the start of the next 50 laps for the Hickman Automotive Group 100. And your new pole setter, Paul, is going to be the 24 My Little Pony, Nathaniel Wall. He might kick me tomorrow. A few dirty messages from Wall for calling him My Little Pony. But his partner on the outside, the 51 machine of Matt James in P2.
Getting a really good view of that My Little Pony logo on the back of the number 24 car. Noah Healy going to be starting on the inside of row number 2, and outside of him, Michael Neary starting 4th.
See, that's what you get when you paint your car pink. And row number 3 on the inside of Bob Hutchings, and look at that, the 41 machine of Jason Goss over the outside of row number 3.
Race number 1 winner is going to find himself starting P7. Outside of him, Chantel Pottle in the number 5 car.
And in row number 5 on the inside, Robbie Cable, the Cablenator, in the 03. On the outside, the 27 machine of Corey Reed.
Getting ready to take the green flag, Ryan Walsh is going to start 11th, Jacob Lawrence 12th, Brandon Hiscock 13th, Owen Groves, Morgan Oates, Andrew James, Justin Ryan, and Rod St. George. As the pace car dips on down, here we go again, Mikey. Race number 2, green flag is in the air.
Yeah, we get a clean start hitting Nathaniel Wall, but look at this. We got
a trouble
to the top of the track, and it's going to get tangly here in turn number 2.
Getting tangly in a hurry. Going to pull up the very first kick-ass beef jerky instant replay for part 2 of the feature here. And part 2. And you can see right off the rip, the 24 car, looks like he had a bad exit. He was down in the apron, little bit of a bump there, sends him on around. Oh, big hit for the yellow car outside, the 51 as well. But the 24 car grabs the gear, points it in the right direction. Seems like he's got everything A-okay with that race car. Just going to have to restart there in the 15th position.
My kids must be streaming My Little Pony upstairs because my screen has now become Pac-Man pixelated. So it's very difficult to see what's going on here. But we'll hopefully get some better internet here on the east side of St. John's. But like you said, the 51 machine, Matt James will get the lead here now as Nathaniel Wall will be shuffled back into the 15th position. Jacob Lawrence, Robbie Cable on pit road. Noah Healy will start on the outside of 84.
Lights still on the pace car. Looks like we got a little bit of a jumble up there in the lineup. Race officials trying to get that squared away. Noah Healy holding on to that P1 spot. Looks like the 51 may have been given an extra lap there, so it looks like the administrators took that right away, and that'll explain why he went down pit road there. But Noah Healy doing a great job. We saw him strong in the first race, and he's strong here as well. And again, the 77 car up front in the top 5. Bob Hutchings running P3.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. 4K, thanks to my good friend Paul in the producer box.
Hey, that's what we do here at Vidane TV. We have beautiful, beautiful streams brought right to your door.
I was almost iRacing in the 1980s there. It was quite pixelated. I was like, is that the 51 or the 54?
That one looks like the Batman symbol.
The Batman. Who I don't even, is that legal? I thought that was a rule. You had to have a number. But anyways, we know who it is. It's Corey.
Well, there was that episode of Family Guy.
That was a great show. The best Family Guy was the monster truck episode. Guns,
100%.
Guns, babes, and trucks. But here we go. Pace car's off. Lap 6 of caution. 84 gets a great jump there. Now he is your leader. Look, Bob Hutchings. He's going to get a challenge from Nick Codner as now he moves up into the P4 position. He's got the dominance from bottom here, and he's got his partner in crime, Michael Neary, to the outside on the full attack on the 77 machine of Bob Hutchings.
Had a good battle going there for P4, but it looks like the caution has come out. The 59 car, Tippy James, pointing in the wrong direction. The 51 car doesn't even look like there's a hood left on that car. we'll have to.
So real, man.
We'll have to take a look and see if that's even legal, but we'll back this up and take a look at the old Kick-Ass Beef Jerky instant replay, find out exactly what caused that incident. Well, he did have fenders. I'm not sure what we got now, but keep an eye on the 59 here, and as well as the 51 car. And it'll be coming up on your screen. 89 car down low. Everything checks out so far. And the 59 just trying to dip down low. Didn't see the one car. Neither did the spotter. And there you see it. The 51 T-bones the one car. A lot of damage on that number 51. Holy cow.
The spotter's loaded.
Spotter is definitely loaded. 10-4. But
clear,
that's...
Clear. No. Clear. No.
You were clear. Why'd you drive where you were?
You took too long, Tippy. We're going to get a restart here. Quite a few caution laps in race number 2 for the Hickman Automotive Group 100 Twin 50s. 10 laps as they come around. Pace, the lights are still on as they line them up. Noah Healy will get that start. On that green flag run that we've seen, Nick Codner and Michael Neary coming up through the field, but that was a full-on attack on the 77. Now, Codner will start on the bottom in P3. One of my favorite places that I would want to start on a restart here in the virtual world. Seems like if you don't time it properly on the outside in P2, it could be very unbalanced, and the 54 could take advantage of this restart here.
Absolutely, and it really depends on how everybody else restarts as well. Some drivers are better with the restarts than others. But again, I want to take a quick look over at the chat. Lisa in the YouTube chat says Go77, sharing the same last name there with Mr. Hutchings. And in the Facebook chat, we've got Taylor Oates in there going for the number 53. So pretty cool to see the fan involvement here. Join the conversation. Hashtag Vidane TV, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. We're on all of them, so be sure to check us out.
Jesus, I wonder, Paul.
What was that? Your microphone came unplugged. Jam that thing in there.
Check that. There we go. Pace starts out. Noah Healy gets a great jump. But look at Nick Codner back at the hammer here now, picking up P2, getting around the 77 machine. Codner will now challenge the young gun Noah Healy. Both Bando drivers coming out of Eastbound. It seems the way in some of these TCM events, some of these Bandolero drivers are just so dominant in the esports series.
Yeah, you see that time and time again. A lot of the younger guys spending a lot more time on the iRacing simulators and video games in general, really. Makes me wonder if that's got something to do with it.
I think it's got to do with they don't have any jobs and they don't have a girlfriend. With the 19 of Ryan Walsh is going to come around. Unfortunately for him, we stay green as it is a single car factor here. Lap 16, Ryan Walsh now coming in at the tail. Morgan Oates, Ryan Walsh, looks like they could be, they are checking in on pit road. Walsh decides to go down pit road. Back to the front, it's going to be Noah Healy and the 54 continue to battle as that 84 has done a wonderful job trying to keep back race number 1 winner. Nick Codner, but we got a bit of a three-way battle here as Hutchins kind of got a full camera view of what's going on in the front.
Probably the best seat in the house there on the inside of the number 77. Taking a look at Nick Codner trying to get around the number 84 car on the inside. Doesn't seem like he's quite got the grip. You can see there's a couple of lap traffic cars as well, but side by side for at least a lap at this point. Riding on board with the number 77 car right up in the mix, and there you see a little bit more lap traffic to deal with up ahead here, Mike.
Yeah, I just want to give some shout-outs out here. Brandon Hiscock doing a great job coming up into the P5. Nathaniel Wall, Owen Groves. Owen Groves, a two-time Bandolero champion from Eastbound and big-time contender in the late model series. Young gun himself, new to the Eastbound eSports, so it's be interesting to see what Owen Groves has for us as he is trying to come up from the back of the pack. Had a bit of a rough go in the heat race, so He is one of the hard chargers right now, the 9 car of Owen Groves. But lap traffic, like you said, is playing a factor here as the leaders kind of get around the 1 car of St. George. They're all going to drop to the bottom as St. George becomes the gentleman and lets them go.
Nick Connard still holding on to that P1 spot, but new second-place driver, 77, Bob Hutchings, making his way up towards the front, but he's still got Michael Neary in the number 23 right on that. Well, there's no hitches on these race cars, but he's definitely towing them right along this racetrack.
Well, that 23 of Michael Neary, 3-time Hamlin Realty U.S. Legend champion at Eastbound, went undefeated except for one race where his partner Cormier out of New Brunswick was the only one to beat him in 3 years. He would have went undefeated in 3 seasons. So that 23, that is a familiar look for U.S. Legends. We'll see what he has for him. His partner in crime, Nick Connor, controlling the race now, but we'll keep an eye on the 23 of Michael Neary as he creeps up on that 77 of Bob Hutchins. But lots of activity all over the track right now, Paul. Everybody battling some close quarters for some of these drivers as we look at the gaps.
Front 5, pretty much single file. A lot of 2-car battles throughout the track here. Taking a look, Nathaniel Wall in the 24 car trying to hold off the number 9. There you see Corey Reed and Ryan Walsh battling side by side. Nope, check that. That's the 1 car of Rod St. George. He's giving his position up. The track position, rather. So, a little bit spread out right now. Gives these drivers an opportunity to kind of take a listen and look and figure out what everybody else is doing, trying to make their next move. A little bit of a 105-mile-an-hour chess game.
Well, 21 laps here as your leader, Nick Connor, brings it around. Got through a little bit of that traffic. Got some clean air, but he is going to come up on quite a bit of lap traffic in the next 4 or 5 laps. Look at that pit road. Morgan Oates, Andrew James checking in again. Now down quite a few laps. So we have pretty much everybody on the lead lap except for Rod St. George, Morgan Oates, and Andrew James. Robbie Cable is the next car to go down a lap if Connor can get around him.
A little bit of onboard action there with race number 1 winner, Nick Codner. Started 7th all the way up to P1, putting a couple more laps, cars a lap down here. Does it cleanly, but it looks like that's going to give us, we do have a caution here on the racetrack. See if we can pull up what went down.
Well, there's a fender missing from the 41, but I don't think it involved that. I think he just continued on without some of those body panels, but we'll have a check-in now from our friends at Kick-Ass Beef Jerky. Showtime, you're going to take us through. We'll see what happened here as the rewind. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, just looking through the tapes, we definitely saw some puffs of smoke, and there we see some action there. 19 car involved.
Ryan Walsh and Morgan Oates. Oof.
Yeah, a little bit of contact before there. All right, so we found some action here on the old VCR here, if you will. And we'll give it to you. You can see the 19 right behind the number 27 car. And if you look at the left of your screen, the 53 already involved with the 5 car. So we'll back that up one more time, find out what. Well, it looks like it was even before this. So here you see Chantel driving. The 53 stopped in the middle of the track. That's the Morgan Oates machine. There you see a couple more big hits. Rewind it one more time.
Let's look one more time. How did Morgan Oates just end up in the middle of the track?
Almost looks like something broke on the race car, or maybe a controller issue. So the car definitely underpowered.
He crossed over and just got a bump.
Oof, and there you see gets tagged a couple of times there. So
he's gonna get a few angry emails in the morning.
Oh, he's definitely getting tweeted at.
Tweets. There we go. We're back now, lap 36. It's the Hickman Automotive Group 100 Twin 50s here tonight. A big thank you to Bert Hickman and all the team at Hickman Automotive Group for supporting 6 seasons at Eastbound, especially the most difficult one under the COVID-19 restrictions. We got 3 races off, limited fan base, and all those that supported us in 2020. You know who you are, and we really appreciate it. Look forward to 2021. A bit of a thank you race here for you guys tonight, and we are going to get back to action as we count down the laps. 13 to go here. Lights are out. A little bit of activity there with the 23 teammates, Michael Neary and Codner. A little bump in action, but we are back to green flag. Codner gets out clean, and look at this. The 23, Michael Neary, gets to the bottom. Hutchins swashes up the track, but he's battling back. Rod St. George is off the pace. He's going to go down the lap. Oh, and he's going to be a cause of possibly a caution. We are still green. Caution comes out. A slow car, whether he came out of the pits, Paul, just caused carnage for our leaders, especially our P2, Michael Neary in the 23, as we'll see now from our friends at Kick-Ass Beef Jerky as you take us in. Rod St. George, I believe, was way off the pace.
It almost looked like he just came off pit road from under caution there, and unfortunately just right in the low side of the racing groove. So the leader gets by just fine, but unfortunately pancakes the door with a 23 car, and that's kind of what causes the wrecks in the back. You see Hutchings scrapes the wall, but nothing big there. But the 51, the green and black car there, the 41 car is involved. You see him already down pit road. So tough break. Not really sure what was going on, but definitely in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Kind of want to see the 23 on board through that caution because I think he hit everybody.
That's definitely a possibility. We'll see if we can back this up real quick. And man, it's tough when you got a little windshield like that, but it looks like we might have backed it up too far. The world of technology. Coming up to the back of the field here is the number 23 car, Michael Neary. Going to restart 8th place currently. That's going to give him the opportunity to kind of work his way back up, as there's 8 cars currently on the lead lap. Still, all 18 drivers are in this field. One driver down.
A lot of people on pit road. Corey Reed on pit road could go down a lap. He is our last. I guess he must have got the lucky dog there, as he's going to be in the 9th position. But quite a few: Justin Ryan, Chantel Pottle, Morgan Oates, Andrew James checking in with their crews on pit road as we get set for a little bit of a shootout here, Paul. 7 laps to go here in the Hickman Automotive Group. Twin 50s making up the 100-lapper here tonight. Nick Codner has been dominated here all night, including week number 1.
Won the first race, started the second race 7th as we inverted to top 7. Leading here with 7 laps to go on what could be the final restart. We'll see what happens. Heading down into turn number 1, clears the number 84 of Noah Healy. Number 77, Bob Hutchings, still trying to get up through there, running P3 in these 2 drivers' tire tracks.
Hard charge right now. Nathaniel Wall coming up in P4. He's on the bottom. He's going toe-to-toe with the 41 machine of Brandon Hiscock. We are now checking in with the 24 as he tries to put a challenge on with 5 laps to go. Codner, Healy, and Hutchins. Healy taking over that P2 from the 77 machine of Hutchins. It is a My Little Pony car.
It is. A little bit of contact there.
I thought you were joking.
Nope, My Little Pony car there. Up, pointed it in the wrong direction.
I think we jinxed them. My
Caution.
Little Pony into the wall. I think those Legends should just get rid of the front fenders because they look gnarly without the fenders.
It's almost looking like a Legends modified type deal almost.
Yeah. I like it.
We'll see the 24, the 41, side by side. Good clean battle here up until this point. 9 car comes in, and it looks like the 41 gives them a little bit of a bump, another little bump, and comes down again out across the back of the bumper. Sends the 24 into a spin. Gonna be restarting with 3 laps to go. Not really sure how much they can get repaired in that time, but we'll see for the 24 car.
Few cars being collected. Robbie Cable in the 03 has been affected from this, but we are going to be into a checkered. We could be going into overtime if this is not the final caution. Codner will get Noah Healy to the outside. Healy has a shot at this, but he has to time it properly. We are now going to come into overtime as those lights are still going to be on the pace car as they come around. Nathaniel Wall, Rod St. George, Chantel Pottle, Morgan Oates, all checking in on pit road, hoping for a collection at the front and probably take advantage here because these 2 laps are going to go pretty quick here at Lanier in Georgia, southern United States. 3/8 mile, Paul. That's, what is that? Let's do some math. 3/4 of a mile left to this race. Hey, I did fractions.
You'd have to convert it to percentages for me. We'll have a 33 and a third % chance.
We got a 1.5 Bristol.
1.5 Bristols, or maybe like 3/4 of a Daytona. Yeah, we make up our own math.
Oh, your math is horrible if you said 3/4 of a Daytona. All right, pace lights are out. This is going to come down to the final couple of laps. Codner will get the hammer. Healy to the outside, but look at that 77 machine in the P3. Owen Groves now making it up to the outside. Ryan Walsh on the inside of row number 3. This is going to get tangly as Codner leads him around. Hammer down, and we got side by side for P2 as the 77 times it pretty good. 84 going to go down and lose that position, but here comes Ryan Walsh on the move. 1 lap to go as the 54 machine comes around for White Silk Paul. This is going to be Tangley.
Tangley heading down to the turn 1 for the very last time here. Nick Codner holding on to the lead. 77 is there, but does he have enough time to get up to the bumper and get around the number 54? I don't think so. Coming out of turn number 4, Nick Codner going to go back-to-back, but win both twin 50s here tonight, this evening at Lanier. Or what'd you call it earlier? Lanier? Lanier. All sorts of different ways to pronounce this racetrack all the way up and down the east coast of North America. There you see.
French or not?
Oui.
Duh. Our race winner, congratulations to 54 for going back to back. 3 wins in a row for Nick Codner as he's dominating the Eastbound eSports. But look at that, P2, Bob Hudgens, the veteran, one of the oldest drivers in the field. Not a knock on him. The 77 machine doing a wonderful job. And then the final podium for race number 2, the 84 machine of Noah Healy, taking it home for a P3, but wonderful job from all the drivers from Eastbound. P4, it was Ryan Walsh, Michael Neary, your top 5, Owen Groves, Corey Reed, Brandon Hiscock, Jacob Lawrence, Nathaniel Wall, Matt James, Jason Gosh, Justin Ryan, Robbie Cable, Rod St. George, Chantel Pottle representing the ladies, Morgan Oates, Andrew James, and Phil Fowler. Your full field tonight, biggest field for Newfoundland Labrador, Paul, 19 drivers. I remember getting this going back in the spring, and we only had 10 drivers. So the growth is being dominant here at Newfoundland, and we're going to see 4 or 5 more in the next couple of weeks.
Very excited. We had a great first race last week and definitely brought the fan base for these drivers and the field getting bigger and bigger as the weeks go on. And great to see these guys doing a great job, and gals doing a great job here with the Twin 50s. And the winner of both of them looks like Nick Codner is right next to you there, Mike.
Hey, Nick, how are you, buddy? Congratulations for the back-to-back-to-back. Dude, you've been so dominant. How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good, guys. Yourself?
Oh, wonderful watching you be the magic man here. What was the big playmaker here? I know you got the invert in race number 2. You had a bit of a challenge there from your partner in crime, Jason Goss. You left it for the last couple of laps. What was your plan coming in tonight?
Yeah, that first race was kind of struggling. You know, the heat race had to start dead last. That was kind of rough getting through there. We got up to second. I think we started P5 in the feature, well, the first feature, and then we just couldn't get any green flag laps. Like, I couldn't set him up for a pass. We were just 5 laps caution. We finally got a, 11-lap run, and then, you know, I knew I was faster than everyone on the long run, so we just had to get it going. But, you know, I set him up there, and then the second race was just a bit of a wreck fest.
Well, you got one of your partner in crimes, Michael Neary, now making a debut for the Eastbound eSports. How was it? You had a big run from Michael. He tried to give you a run here too, but got collected with Rod St. George. Would have been nice to see you guys battle for the last couple of laps.
Yeah, no, that was pretty crappy what happened there, but, you know, it would have been fun to race with him. I haven't raced with Michael in a while. He's just finally got back on iRacing, and, you know, a lot of these guys are actually getting a lot better, so it's actually a lot more fun to race these things now. Everyone's getting a little bit faster. Racing's a lot better for sure.
And quite a few new drivers coming up, Parker Young and so many others that we'll hopefully see in the future, some of these new bandoleros. Nick, big congratulations for going back to back to back. That's 3 wins in a row. Who do you want to give a shout out? I know you got a couple of partners out there that are supporting you throughout your career.
Yeah, first off, obviously my parents, they do so much for me, and this is the only reason why I'm racing every night is because my parents are just so good to me. And obviously the sponsors on the race car, DC Auto, Doug Critch from Alberta, M&R Performance, that's Michael obviously, and Winco's his dad's company. And you know, me and Michael do a lot of stuff on iRacing here, and he hasn't actually been able to race in a while because his wheel broke, and he finally got it fixed. So it's great to have him back out on the track with us. But him and Jason had some pretty crappy luck tonight, and hopefully that'll turn for next race.
Yeah, kind of funny. You're racing with both your sponsors. Jason Goss, also part of the DC Auto team. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the future. A lot of practice from all these drivers. I would say in the next couple of weeks we'll be at 24, 25 drivers. So I'd love to see you back here and go for a four-peat. You're starting to become the new Michael Jordan for Newfoundland and Labrador. You are now the GOAT of iRacing for the Rock.
Yeah, we're gonna go try to win as many of these as we can. I definitely think I can do it, and but these guys are quick. Jason Goss is super quick in every single track we go to, and Bob, I no clue who he is. He must be from Central somewhere. He's super quick too.
He's a veteran, man. He was the one that started Thunder Valley Speedway. He's probably older than Patty, but it's pretty wild to see some of these now. Nick, I've been told, I was talking to him on the phone tonight, Bern Hickey will be here for race number 3 and will challenge you.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's,
I don't know if he's on a Commodore 64, but Bern Hickey swore to me that he will be here for race number 3. So, anyways, congratulations to all your supporters and everything. Nick, it's been awesome to watch you on the mainland and some of the TCM events, and I wish you all the luck in some of the big events that are coming up. So, hopefully we'll see you back, and keep challenging. Great job from all of us from Eastbound, as well as TCM and Vidane TV. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for putting this off too. That's the only reason why we're really into this, because everyone's getting to watch on Facebook. So it wouldn't happen without all the people at Vidane TV, and Tim Terry puts off a good show here on iRacing. So thanks, guys.
Perfect. Thanks, bud. Tim, what do you think, bud?
I think that was a pretty good show. We're trying to get Noah Healy, and I don't know where Bob Hutchings is. Would love to hear from Bob. Hey, great run tonight. 2 podium finishes on that one. We still got some work to do, but I think Nick kind of hit the nail on the head there. You've got the drivers that are kind of at the back that are just starting out or just getting back into this iRacing service, and they're getting better, and you can see the progression even through the 2 races that we've done. They're starting to get a little bit closer. That standard deviation is going to come a little bit closer. The accordion's going to come together, and I think we're going to have some great racing. Talking to Brandon Campbell tonight in the race director booth, I think we had probably 6 to 8 cars that could have realistically have won that thing if it went the right way. So congratulations to Nick. He's got this thing figured out. Jason Goss had a little bit of a tough run. There's some irons to be there's a couple of things to be ironed out, but 19 cars. We tried to get Gary Elliott on here. He had some updates to the iRacing service, so realistically we had 20 tonight. That was fun. We're going to try to get Bob on here and see if we can get him hooked up.
For sure. And week number 3, Bern Hickey swore to me that he will be here, Tim. Was missing an adapter tonight, tried to get it set up, but maybe we'll have to coach him through. But the legendary Bern Hickey, who raced here back in the dirt days in the 1960s into the Asphalt Series, be great to see a couple of legends racing with some of these young guns coming out of the bandos.
Yeah, I think that would be really great to see as well, and to have guys like Bob and have guys like Bern on here, and the younger generation moving up, and then you got some guys that are just tinkering around. You got some fans, you got some crew members. It's a really good mix. Still trying to get Bob in here. We don't have a whole lot of time left because we've got to get this thing on the road to South Boston Speedway for, I think, a 75 lapper tonight or a 100 lapper. I don't know how long the Neps guys are doing, but they're going to put on a fantastic show. So if you're here watching us here on Vidane TV, Eastbound's Facebook page, get over to Vidane TV. We go green with that one in approximately 45 minutes or so. So perfect time to grab yourself a beverage and head over and watch that one.
Double duty, and you're going to see a little Mike and Timmy action on the mics.
Little double action here tonight on Vidane TV. Pretty excited for that. I'm going to hit the snack bar on the way out of Dodge. Maybe stop and get a cold wobbly pop or 3. So we're going to have some fun with the Neps guys here in about 45 minutes. Be sure to join us. Bring some beers. Bring some Trulies. Whatever you guys drink. We'll catch you on the flip side. That's only going to be 45 minutes away.